Welcome back to the Eric Crown Crypto channel. Wishing you a happy early start to Saturday. It's a good Saturday for some Ethereum analysis, looking at Ethereum USD and also Ethereum versus the Bitcoin pair as well. As Bitcoin takes the reins of this market, what does that essentially mean for Ethereum? Well, we're going to be looking at some very, very high term timeframes and analysizing likely the next couple of months to come. Anyways, other than that, before we get into it, I do want to let you know that actually I want to give a major shout out to the Apex Decentralized Exchange. They've been growing rather rapidly and they are becoming a rather viable exchange for a decentralized or a viable like decentralized exchange, which a lot of people are kind of looking for because, well, who knows why they might be finding value in that? I don't know. But there is an affiliate link in the description below that'll award you 5% off of all your fees for the lifetime of your account. All right, sweet. Enough with that. Let's just get right on into Ethereum over here. Starting off with the weekly. So the weekly time frame, I want to start off with the Gaussian channel. Very, very similar analysis here to Bitcoin in the sense that we do see Ethereum holding on to that mean band of the Gaussian channel. And similar to Bitcoin, I would be looking for Ethereum to pull a relatively similar move over time after Bitcoin essentially moves. So Bitcoin is the leader. Ethereum is probably follower number one. Of course, there's going to be some other altcoins that are, doing their own thing. Of course, that goes without saying, but they're few and far between. Ethereum kind of represents, the majority of the stronger altcoins in this case. And I would be looking for it to pull a relatively similar move to Bitcoin in the sense that as long as it is bouncing off this mean band, which, what do you know? We have yet another bounce off this as of this past week. I would be looking for this one to put in a move somewhere around the top side of the Gaussian channel, which is currently coming in around about 2100 or so, which is essentially the early year highs coming in from April at about 2120. I just spit all over my fucking screen. Maybe I need some sort of a wipe or something. I don't know. But more importantly with this, we actually don't have the full history of Ethereum here. We actually don't have the full history of Ethereum in relationship to Bitcoin, going on for like years and years and years, but similar sort of analysis again with that Gaussian channel. As long as it is above that mean band, it is more likely to break out of the top side of the Gaussian channel rather than retrace below. That does offer a very obvious reversal point or invalidation point, whatever the hell you want to call it in this case, that if Ethereum does close below the mean band of the Gaussian channel, I would be calling this a complete failure move, and you're probably gonna be looking at big moves back down somewhere around those February March lows, which would put Ethereum back into the $1,300, $1,400 range. But for right now, things are kind of coalescing for a likely move higher. Looking at Ethereum over here, I should also denote that it has the same sort of potential for hidden bullish evidence on the weekly coming in at this week's closure. So any sort of a closure here or higher or anywhere above like 1880, let's say, will very, very likely do it. That's going to be combined with some of the lowest volatility reads that Ethereum has ever seen throughout its full history, actually. So we're likely looking at a pretty sizable move coming off of this pivot. The pivot, again, basically that mean band of the Gaussian channel at 1730 or so. So in this case, yeah, I am looking for, I'd essentially be favoring a move to the top side of the Gaussian channel, similar to Bitcoin. And then ultimately, similar to Bitcoin, a breakout out of the top side as well. So that would beg the question, if and when Ethereum does break out of the top side of the Gaussian channel, where essentially would be the areas of interest long term, let's say. So in this case, I'll throw on just a nice Fibonacci retracement here from the ultimate high to the ultimate low of this, of this past cycle, and we can see that the knot point, the 50% level is actually coming in right around the top side of the Gaussian channel right here. So that'd be kind of a good breakout region if and when Ethereum does get there, assuming that it does start to close and hold above that region, similar to Bitcoin. I would be looking for the next move up somewhere around the 618 Fibonacci retracement would be the next sort of obvious area, which would put Ethereum somewhere between like 25 to 2600, also in alignment with the last breakdown that we did see coming in from May of 2022. Very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin. Just I'll just briefly throw a Bitcoin chart up over here, and as you can see, very similar move coming off that mean band right here, popping back above that Gaussian channel top side band, and long term, assuming that it does close above there tomorrow night, which it already did for CME yesterday, very likely we do see continuation, over the next few weeks into the deeper $30,000 territory, which likely bodes well for Ethereum as well. Anyways, what else do we want to speak about with Ethereum? Maybe we go look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, because this is a completely different story. We've been quite bearish on this chart for quite some time, and I really don't have any reason to change this. Contrary to the prior chart that we just looked at, the Gaussian channel right here is turning red and actually breaking below the bottom side of the Gaussian channel. Not that I put too much weight on that for, for this particular one, but ultimately it is now at our target from last week, which was the 6.3 million Satoshi lows that we saw in April. And I would say that this is in a good posture for a breakdown. We have a silver cross to the downside starting right here, and yet another lower high right here, and seemingly another lower low right here. So it is trending to the downside. And ultimately, I would be looking for it to come back down to that base that we did see from about a year ago in June. Now, I don't know if this, or it's not that I don't know, it's like I don't really have an opinion on how quick this sort of a move would happen, but ultimately, I would be looking for it to come down there, at least somewhere around the green 55 on the monthly time frame right here, which is, about 5.5 million Satoshis, somewhere between there and let's say all the way down to about 5 million even before the next sort of bounce attempt. Maybe that tries for a higher low on the monthly, possible here, but when we do start to look at this, it does need to be taken into context on, on the higher term timeframes. And as we can see on the monthly, getting rejected by the moving average on the RSI, not going to be put into bullish posture. And in fact, really wanted to, if you were going to be bullish on it, really wanted to see it hold above this midline right here. That is seemingly unlikely to happen with another 6-7 days left in the trading month to go. I think that this, this one very, very likely to come back down towards what we did see in March of 2020 or so, as far as RSI goes. Monthly Jewel, given a pretty obvious downside signature, that was one of the major reasons why we have been quite bearish on this one, starting from basically beginning of year. And if we go to the quarterly chart, I believe it was, quarterly chart, not good, not good. Perhaps we could go ahead and reference stochastic momentum. I actually have a regular Ethereum over here, Ethereum US dollar. Do we want to go over that, or do we just want to go through Ethereum Bitcoin? We probably should have put this with Ethereum USD, right? Weekly stochastic oscillator will turn up above 1915. 5-day will turn up above 1800 tomorrow, actually, for closure. Daily continues up above 1750. 12-hour, actually flippy floppy here at 1928. So short term, does it put in a bit of a correction? Perhaps, yeah. 6-hour time frame down below 1900. 4-hour time frame also down below 1906. An hourly, technically down below 1892, but not really anything interesting of of note right there. But what does that likely align with? Ethereum USD probably plays out a bit of a correction here over the weekend, maybe even into early next week. But the the higher term time frame setup is a setup for the next many weeks to come. Let's go ahead and look at Ethereum Bitcoin to see kind of where we're at on this particular one. Start off with the monthly here, and monthly stochastic momentum remains to the downside. Also putting in a bit of a head and shoulders on the stochastic oscillator, and officially breaking the neckline as of this month, by the way, and also losing the neutral zone, by the way, and will continue to the downside as long as Ethereum is below 6.8 million Satoshis right now. Significantly below that level, actually. That would be all the way back here. Yeah, all the way back here. On this little breakdown that we did see earlier this month, actually. Anyways, going back into Ethereum, let's go check out the weekly. Weekly is freshly down, dare I say, as long as Ethereum is below basically the neutral zone right here. It remains within the bearish control zone, freshly crossing down. 6.5 million Satoshi is going to be the magic number right there, well below that level with just a day left to go. 5-day time frame, same shit basically. 2-day time frame, all the way down, actually, 6.2. So maybe a short-term bounce relatively soon. Daily, same thing, 6.15. So kind of contrary to Ethereum US dollar, which I do think probably plays out a bit of a short-term pullback. Ethereum Bitcoin probably plays out a bit of a bounce soon, actually. So short-term bouncy, higher-term timeframes, not great. So bounce likely leads into lower highs. 12-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, all very, 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 very aggressively down here, and hourly is up, actually. So I would say that this one's probably primed for a bounce sooner rather than later, but that bounce very likely fails. How high can the bounce come? Oops, I'm just drawing damn lines over here now. Let me get rid of this one. What we can do here is just get a general idea and throw a, hey, God damn it, you bastard. There we go. Yeah, throw a Fibonacci retracement on this one, and, areas of interest, 6.4, 6.6, 6.7. How high does it get on this next bounce? I don't know, but bounce probably does fail based off the higher term timeframes. Looking for this one to, generally speaking, continue lower over time, while Ethereum US dollar probably continues higher, just not at the same pace as Bitcoin. So yeah, I think that's a good place to leave this one off. With that said, wishing the best as always. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully soon.